Wow, some scary times in Bitcoin and crypto land, folks. Some very scary times because we just had Bitcoin knocking at the door of that 91.5K support, which is kind of like the neckline. If it goes through, then there's a good chance it can go to like 75K, 80K area. It hasn't happened yet. I'm going to take you through where Bitcoin is going to go next and which altcoins I'm buying, where I have been buying. These are the altcoins we covered before. They're, favorites from Trump all the way to Coinbase, such as Arweave, right? Virtues, Chainlink, Suicoin, a number of the best, strongest altcoins. Let's go. Massive episode today. Okay, let's go straight into Bitcoin. So here we are. With Bitcoin, basically, this was actually quite impressive because you don't understand the amount of bad news that came out yesterday. So it actually initially went down to like 93.1 or something when the US news broke out, right? And that was the jobs report. It was actually really strong. So the only thing, this was impressive to me. The only thing I would say is, here's the neckline, 91.7. Let's call it 91.5, right? If it can close here, right, 95K for the day, which it didn't, it came close, that would be a full bullish reversal pattern. It would have fully reversed the red candle we had yesterday. And it would also close above, right? This blue line I have, which is, this yellow zone area. For folks who've been watching, they know what this yellow zone means. So how did Bitcoin get here? And why are we in this situation? First of all, Bitcoin was basically doing well. It was bouncing off the 92K support last time, like my forecast. The fractal was working, just to give you guys an update. And basically what happened was then we had two hammers in a row. We had the Department of Justice in the US being cleared to sell $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is really bad because that's almost as much as Mt. Gox, because the Mt. Gox guys are $9 billion, but they're not going to all sell it. Some of them, they will keep some of it, right? Then we had the jobs report coming out, and the market was expecting 164,000 jobs to be added. I got a text from my buddies on Wall Street. They said it's going to be more like over 200K, close to 250K. I was like, that's bad. That's a really strong jobs number. That means Fed's not going to cut rates. Then Bitcoin's going to tank. And they said, yeah, we know it's bad, so give you the warning. And I told my guys in Discord, if you're watching this, you're in my Discord, you got the early warning. I said, yeah, it's going to be a bad number. It's easily over 200K, maybe even 250K. Now, here's the thing. But with all that bad news, Bitcoin actually kind of didn't crash through that barrier. Like, how bad was those news? You had two of the worst news that you could get. Fed not cutting, really strong jobs report, and also that the US government will finally, 1 week before Trump comes in, just to spite Trump, the Democrat side. I'm not against Democrats. I'm not against Trump. Not against anybody. I'm just saying this is what's happening. They're going to do a dump, right? They're going to do a dump up to 6.5 billion. It may not happen, but that threat is right there. We've got another 9 days to go till Trump gets in. So basically, this is for now looking kind of really, technically it looks dangerous. Technically it looks dangerous because if we get a close down here, then technically this is broken below 91.5. If we get two closes, then I would be seriously worried for a drop, which would take us to around 75 to 80K area, to somewhere around there, and then bounce, right? We could even wick down there, whatever. And, that's usually, I would say that's like, I would lean towards that happening because I would say that's more like a 60% chance and 40% chance we bounce because of head and shoulders setup. But right now, as I said to my Discord, I am not leaning towards that scenario, even though it looks very likely, because of two things. One, because it's the most famous topping pattern in the world. After a long extended run, Bitcoin goes into a head and shoulders, which is what it is at right now. It's not triggered yet. And it does so at exactly 100K, right? If you look at the head and shoulders, it's playing out 100K. And then that's the time the US finally decides to sell all of its Bitcoins. And when Trump promised not to sell any more Bitcoins, right? And the Democrats decide to screw him one last time before he comes in to sell all their Bitcoins. It's just, for me, it's just too perfect. It's just too perfect. Exact head and shoulders, symmetrical, exactly at 100K, exactly, 1 week, 8 days before Trump comes in, we're going to dump all the Bitcoins. So part of my instincts are going the other way and thinking maybe that won't happen. So I actually, call me, optimist, call me a hopium. I actually probably 55-45, maybe 60-40 lean towards the bounce. But having said that, there's still a 45%, 40% chance that it could go down. This is a really dangerous situation, no ifs and buts about it. The last 24 hours, Bitcoin performed very strongly considering with the DOJ cleared to dump and with the jobs data, Bitcoin has not only held on, but actually made a small bounce, almost, not there yet, almost a bullish reversal candle. We didn't get that. So it's actually kind of impressive because look at the stock market. The stock market was down. The stock market had a big tank. Look at this. Look at this, right? All down, right? That's heavy. 1.6%, 2% for the Russell, 1.5% for the NASDAQ, right? That's no doubt about it. That's a heavy day. And now let's get onto some of the big altcoins such as Virtues, Aave, Link, Sway, all those coins that you guys want to know about that I would be buying if we did have a crash of Bitcoin into the 80K or even 75K area. But before we do, that's the answer to the question of which exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses a non-KYC exchange, and there's a new great promo happening right now. Look at this, right? A brand new Pablo He-Man deal, right, with Bitunix, but only on this link, right? Get up to 100 USDT reward when you deposit, and chance to win a MacBook Pro just by trading, right? If you reach a certain amount of volume, right, basically get $80 US, $20 US, and then you got your iPhones, your MacBook Pro, and sometimes people say, oh, those numbers look big, but some people use leverage. Some of those guys do 10x, so $1,000 trades turns into a $10,000 trade. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, but a lot of guys do that without me saying anything. So the link only on Pablo He-Man's deal, only on the link below, and that is on if you're on YouTube, that's in the description below, or if you're on any other social media, just go to my page and there's the Stan link. Go to my page, click on Pablo He-Man. It's the first thing that pops up because this is the big deal, right? We're in a promotional period only for another 2 weeks, right? First thing that pops up, and we get to the big Pablo He-Man page. Okay, now let's get on to Virtues. So with Virtues, look at this. On this day, which is January the 2nd, I'll post the evidence on Twitter in a few hours. I basically told my Discord, I said, guys, Virtues, if you don't know what Virtues is yet, it's basically the #1 narrative leader for AI agents. And basically, when it was at $5, everything else was dropping. This is when Bitcoin hit 90K, by the way, like 95K. Virtues just kept on pumping from like below $3 all the way to $5.10, and everyone thought it was going to go to the moon. But on this day, on January 2nd, I told my Discord, I said, it's going to pull back. How do I know? Because I can see what CZ is doing at Binance. They listed a number of AI agents, and they're basically trying to, on futures, not spot, and they're going to dump it, crash it back down, right? And I made a video for you guys, I think you would have probably seen that video on Jan the 4th. But anyways, look at the progress right now. It got down to as much as $2.90. So the level I told folks to watch out for support is around this 320 area, low $3. We had that big bounce there, and then Bitcoin came up with bad news and bad news. So we've closed below, second close below. So we're now below that support line. So it could go even lower, and a wick above, retest, and lower it could go. So now, this is on logarithm, okay? So now basically this support line's been broken, this support line's been broken, so the next natural support line is somewhere around here, somewhere around $2, right? And it may not get there. So if you really like this one, because it's a good one to get into, it's the leader of the largest narrative in AI right now, which is AI agents. So then I would say we could try this $2.70 area. Why? Because this $2.70 area is, okay, look at this. For this, I'm drawing, these are Fibonacci retraces. So 260 is the 50% retrace of this entire move, right? And 270 is a 50% retrace of this entire move. And 270 is also a 0.382 retrace of this entire move. So basically, next support area, right, I would say, let's call it around this 260, 270 area for folks who want to get into on virtues. That would be a good one to get into. And overall, do you remember how Pablo was telling you guys, we're in a very special period right now. Just buy the supports, sell the resistance. Buy the support, sell the resistance. Take 10% off, take 20% off, right? Take 50% off if you're in futures, not financial advice, right? And by the way, these videos go out to my Discord about half a day to a day first before I make them public. And then, okay, so let's have a look at I've been emphasizing let's play defense. We've got to do more than 50% defense. I made a number of videos about this. I said Bitcoin and Ethereum, their bullish momentum has been stopped, right? For a few more weeks, even month, this could happen. Okay, let's have a look at some other coins that folks are going to be really interested in. Let's have a look at, for example, I would buy this if it pulls back a little bit more. This is Arweave we're going to look at, because Arweave and Chainlink are the two coins that if you've been watching my videos about a week ago, I said Trump likes it, he's bought it, Coinbase likes it, and Grayscale, they also bought it for their trust. So it's Arweave and Link are those two special coins. Now, just an update on Arweave. Arweave, basically we said, let's wait for the pullback. So last time we said first line of support is here around 299. But however, because these can be deep pullbacks, I said, just be careful. It could easily get to this 257, 258 area. And it looks like we are going to the 250s. We've already hit 274 right now, because this support line, and it's kind of important because see how, let's see if it was historically, yeah. So this 300 area was, look at this, support, right? Pivot top, and then you come here and support here as well, and it's been broken, right? These were wicks down. This is 3 closes now. Down below, we had a wick above and got rejected, right? Retest, and so we could easily come to here. Now, Arweave pulling back from $400 down to $250 starts to look attractive at around this level. If you're a futures trader and when it bounces to 300, same idea again, probably take some off, shave some off, and then if you want to ride it for it to get into the high 300s, that's up to you. But as I've been saying, buy the support level, right? Sell the resistance. Now let's have a look at Link. Link is basically the other coin that both Trump and Grayscale are buying. And okay, Link, I've been saying that it's got a shoulder pattern, and the neckline is somewhere like you can draw it here or you can draw it here, right? It's not a science, it's an art form. I did say, you guys do remember that I said it's going to come down, break it, but a bounce up there, and that was the chance to get out or to short, right? This 23.5 area, right? And that's indeed what happened. Boom, now we're here. So now we're at this resistance support level, and it's another big one because see, here was the support. Let's see if it historically, this $19 area. Yeah, look at this $19 area. Any more? $19 area. Yeah, it's significant. It's a significant support area. So basically, do you remember, guys, that in my video from like last week or 2 weeks ago, I said when this neckline breaks, right? Because it's $10. That distance, right, is $10 here on the neckline. So when this breaks at $22, $21 area, it's basically going to $10 to $12 area. Let's say 12. I think I said $12 area, right? Around there. That's the target. That's the technical target for Chainlink. If it got there, it would be an amazing buy, because that's like, you know, near the $12 would be near the inside the range we had between August and November. Massive pullback. But from memory, in my video, I said I'm not confident it can go down that far, even though that's what the technical targets are telling us. So around this 1650 area, probably first target to pick some up, and then certainly this 1450 area. There's a lot of support around this 1450 area. If you really like Link, if you like what Trump is doing, and you really want to get in, then this 19.3 area. But just be careful, because you know, I've always said basically let's try to basically have bids. If you're playing spot, if you're buying spot, let's try to have bids on 2 or even 3 different support levels below, because it can smash through that support level and go even lower. And one way to do it is to pyramid in, basically say have, you know, $5 buying at this level, but then have $10 buying at this level, have $20 buy at this level. So it may not get there, but the lower it goes, the more we're buying. That's the system I use sometimes, right? But not financial advice. You guys do what do you want. None of this is financial advice. Okay, let's have a look at SUI. SUI. SUI is basically is really strong, really strong. Look at this. I mean, it hasn't even broken the trend yet. Like, it's on many of the days when Bitcoin was dumping, SUI was like really pumping. Something big is happening on SUI. You know, I picked it up, you know, a few weeks ago, and it's just been, you know, kind of hard to stop. They not saying can't break this red trend line, support trend line, but you know, it's look at this. This is from 438 to 488, and you know, here's an obvious resistance, 491, and just pumped right through it. Big bottom in tails above blue line of support, above red trend line of support, and we could bounce up and see a new high here for SUI. And look at that chart. Yeah, so it's once it gets above this 540 area, then it's basically just in price. Yeah, it's not that far away in price discovery territory. So SUI is still looking strong. Where I start getting worried is if it breaks this red line, then it becomes like virtues, and then the line to watch out for is this 492 area, right? So once again, buying off the trend line, that would have worked, right? Buying off the trend line here, right, on the pullback. Or we can try to identify support levels. This links up a lot of bottoms and tops. This 389, 390 area will be the first support level if this blue and red line breaks down. Okay, let's do one more. Let's have a look at H-bar. H-bar basically is kind of like XRP. It's one of those coins that's been picked by Trump. Right, look how strong this is. In my last video and in Discord, I've been saying H-bar. Let's get it around the $2.40, 24, 25 area, right, for the bounce. And so far, I mean, like it's that's a really big bullish flag so far. It hasn't gone down like a lot of the other coins. Let's try to get this bull flag working, see if we can. Oh, okay, so so basically it started off resistance 37 cents, pulled back to 24 cents. I picked up a lot around there, adding to my bags. So folks might remember that in my Discord, that around the time of 2022, basically the I think it was around here. Yeah, I think it was around here. It was around here, at around this 5 cents area. Basically, what the SEC did was, you may remember this. What the SEC did was basically they came out and named 50 coins, 50 crypto coins that they said were securities. It's a list of 50. You can Google it. It's around that time, end of 2022, right? When and that crashed so many coins. HBAR included, dropped to like 5 cents. And in my Discord, we picked up a bunch of those. Chainlink, HBAR, AVAX, a lot of those coins. And we've been holding it since then. Some folks might have gotten impatient and sold, but the narrative on HBAR is becoming so bullish, I'm adding to my position. This is my first ad since then, and it was done. I think, pretty sure I made a video about this, if not at least in Discord, told you guys, right, around this area, and it's still looking like we could get a dip to this area again. If it does, 25 cents, be good for another pickup. And then I would say, let's see where the support levels are, and then 19 cents, 25 and 19 cents, right? We could get there if Bitcoin, look, it's also the bottom of this flag when we get there, right? Because Bitcoin could dump. I'm only slightly leaning towards a bounce because of how strong Bitcoin has performed in the last 24 hours, but that's no guarantee, as we know. Okay, thank you for your time, folks, and I'll do more altcoins for the next episode, because right now I'm trying to get everyone informed about where Bitcoin could go, and if there is a dump, I would like to catch those altcoins. So it'll be more altcoins for next episode as well. Catch you for next one.